Welcome to the Report Connection with Tommy. This report is going to be about the WWE pay-per-view last night with a Royal Rumble. And just to let you know, there is a new Rumble winner that has never won before. And here goes the news. There was the news that I always give before the results. WWE officials also have several scenarios planned out for Randy Orton to win in his hometown of St. Louis, Missouri, but plans went other way. Christian is reportedly ready to return to the ring now, but WWE officials decided to keep him off the Royal Rumble pay-per-view from last night. One of the ideas the WWE officials were discussing for the Royal Rumble was to have John Cena enter, win the match, and earn a title shot at WrestleMania 28. The storyline would have had him have him forced to choose between a WWE title match and the match against The Rock. Independent wrestler Devin Nicholson will meet WWE in court this October with his $6 million lawsuit. Nicholson is suing after WWE rescinded a contract offer to him. Nicholson alleges that WWE discriminated against him because of his hepatitis C. Last night's Royal Rumble pay-per-view from Scott Trade Center in St. Louis was officially sold out. Talk for last night's Royal Rumble pay-per-view was that there will be a big payoff angle between Kane and John Cena at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view next month. Injured WWE diva Layla El has been making media appearances in Miami to promote WrestleMania 28 this weekend. .NET reader Jose Collado reported that she appeared at the Miami Heat basketball game on Friday and was on the radio hyping WrestleMania on Saturday. Those that don't know why she's been out, Layla tore her ACL and MCL back in May. There's no official word yet as to the target date for her return to the ring. TMZ reports that boxing legend Mike Tyson will be the next inductee into the WWE Hall of Fame from Miami. And they should make it on their report tonight. As Mike Tyson has also commented, he told TMZ that, quote, "I am honored to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. I was the youngest heavyweight champion of all time, but the most fun I've ever had in the ring was with WWE," unquote. Tyson hosted Raw last year, but his most famous appearance with the WWE came back in 1998 when he had a confrontation with Stone Cold on Raw before being the special enforcer for Austin and Shawn Michaels, Austin versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania. Look for Tyson to be officially announced on tonight's Raw. He will join Edge, the Four Horsemen, and Mil Mascaras in the 2012 Hall of Fame if he is announced tonight. Okay. Dark match of the Royal Rumble prior to the event in St. Louis, Missouri. Thanks to Nick Shields for sending that in. Yoshitatsu defeated Heath Slater. Okay, here are your order of superstars as they entered the Royal Rumble itself. Number 1, Miz. Number 2, Alex Riley. Number 3, R-Truth. Number 4, Cody Rhodes. Number 5, Justin Gabriel. 6 was Primo. 7 was Mick Foley, my illegitimate twin brother, so I've been told. Number 8, Ricardo Rodriguez, who came out in Del Rio gear with Del Rio's music and with a small sports car. Number 9, Santino Marella. 10 was Epico. Kofi was number 11. 12 was Jerry the King Lawler. Yeah, the announcer. He was announcing and then went into the Rumble. 13, unlucky number 13, Ezekiel Jackson. 14 was Jinder Mahal. The returning Great Khali was number 15. Hulaco was 16. And another announcer, Booker T, was number 17. Number 18 was Dolph Ziggler. Number 19, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Number 20, Michael Cole. Number 21, here's your female entrance, Karma returned to action. 22 was Sheamus. Road Dogg was 23. Jay Uso. Wonder why Jimmy wasn't in the Rumble. Well, Jay was number 24. Swagger was 25. Wade Barrett was 26. Otunga was 27. Randy Orton 28. Chris Jericho was 29. Big Show was 30. And the show opened with a video package of Michael Cole, Jerry Lawler, and Booker T introducing the show from ringside. Michael Cole said that they were starting things off with the steel cage match, which was the championship match first. Daniel Bryan defeated Mark Henry and Big Show in a triple threat cage match for the WWE Championship in 9 minutes and 10 seconds. Big Show tried to give his hat to a young girl at ringside. She ducked behind the guardrail, so Show handed it to the girl next to her and then shared a smile with the first girl. Cute. Now there's a world I didn't expect to use tonight. Oh. Lawler said that he didn't expect Bryan to keep the title for long, which immediately increased the speculation that Bryan is retaining during this match. Henry was moving gingerly prior to the match, and it was painful watching him just enter the ring. Show jumped out to an early advantage. Henry sold on the mat while Show beat the hell out of Bryan at 4 minutes 45 seconds. The announcing was a mess as heel Cole was ripping on heel Bryan, while babyface Booker was defending heel Bryan. Meanwhile, Bryan went on the offensive with a tornado DDT. Show kicked out aggressively, but Bryan locked in the LaBelle lock. Henry recovered and broke it up. Henry picked up Bryan for his finisher, but Show hit him with the WMD on Henry. Show covered Henry, but Bryan broke it up. Show was upset and went after Bryan, who tried to escape over the top of the cage. Show reached over and held Bryan by the head. As Bryan dangled his feet, Show grabbed Bryan in a choke slam position. Bryan broke free, but Show grabbed him by the arm. Show was holding on to Bryan with one arm, which drew a big pop from the crowd. But Bryan eventually slipped away and fell to the ground to win the match. There was whenever I was watching it online myself, I could barely even see the match. When during this match, I was talking on the phone with my buddy Rob. He was watching it, and he was having a little bit of a problem, not as much as mine. I don't know if my internet connection or whatever. I have Comcast. He's got Comcast. I got high speed, but the feed itself was what was messing up. So I actually did not get to see the entire show. Some people do have to work. I had to leave when there was during the Rumble itself. Got down to 2 people, which was Jericho and Sheamus was the last 2 that was in the ring. Okay, well back to the match itself. Henry was very limited during the match. He was already reeling from a groin injury when he appeared to injure his knee at last week's SmackDown taping. Thus, that's the reason we saw so much Bryan versus Show in the match. Post-match focus was on Bryan's celebration and the announcers saying Show came so close again. The live crowd was hot during the match, and there was an early Daniel Bryan chant, but they were pretty flat after conclusion of the match. which felt like it came too soon. The match was entertaining while it lasted. Then they showed a John Cena video package. It showed Cena making various mainstream media appearances and put over his Make-A-Wish Foundation work. He was also shown saying that he doesn't blame a portion of the audience for getting complacent with him, but he's not going to change who he is. The piano music started and sad Cena was shown in clips while other clips showed pro and anti-Cena fans. I'm getting a little bit misty over here. Okay, so the piano stuff was a little campy, but I am all for WWE keeping it fun for Cena backers and haters by having him acknowledge that the boos are getting to him. Well, match number 2 was your Divas match. Beth Phoenix, Natalya, and the Bella Twins defeated Kelly, Alicia Fox, Tamina, and Eve in 5 minutes 30 seconds. Well, 4 minutes 15 seconds, 7 of the Divas fought at ringside. Kelly went to the top rope and dove onto all of them outside. She rolled out of the Bella's back. She rolled one of the Bellas back inside the ring. The Bella got the better of it. Beth slammed her hard on the back of the Bella for the tag and then performed the Glam Slam on Kelly for the win. Announcers were back putting over Beth as being ultra dominant. Fortunately, Natalya did not fart again like she did on SmackDown. Well, maybe she did, maybe she didn't. But they didn't play it up. The fans didn't care much about other than Kelly's dive off the top rope, which was incredibly safe given that so many divas had their hands up to catch her. Highlights recap the Kane and attack on Zack Ryder. And Eve telling John Cena that he's a douchebag. Just paraphrasing. Backstage, Zack Ryder was wheeled into the building in a wheelchair. John Laurinaitis greeted him and told him that he had a room set up with a television for him. Eve showed up and said Laurinaitis has done enough. One of the dogs deciding this would be a great time to step on the remote, but the end result was that Eve wheeled Ryder into the room. Where was my dog when I needed her to step on the remote during the Throwaway Divas match? Well, I got 2 dogs. They could have stepped on either remotes. Well, that's why I watch it on TV. I mean, on the computer. John Cena fought Kane to a double countout. Yeah, a double countout in 12 minutes. Cole said it doesn't matter whether people like it or dislike Cena because they care about him. He said Cena passed 10 million followers on Facebook and ran through celebrities who have fewer followers, including The Rock. Cena received way more boos than cheers. The bell rang and Cena and Kane went right at one another. Cena got the better of the first exchange and cleared Kane from the ring. Short time later, Cena picked up Kane for the Attitude Adjustment, only to collapse under Kane's weight. Kane applied a chin lock, and then the camera guy on the floor got a good shot of that and the WrestleMania sign hanging in the rafters. Well, at 6 minutes 15 seconds, Kane applied the smothering claw to Cena's face. Cena rolled over to break away. Just seconds later, Cena started to come back, and Kane blasted him with a kick to the face. 9 minutes 20 seconds in the match, Kane appeared to be setting up for the superplex, but Cena headbutted him and knocked him to the mat. Cena did 5-knuckle shuffle and off the top rope. They fought onto the ramp and were counted out. They ended up brawling backstage and it ended up in front of Ryder's room. Kane slammed the chair over Cena's back repeatedly and then noticed Ryder's nameplate on the door. Kane entered the room and found Ryder in a wheelchair. Kane wheeled Ryder to the ringside and dumped him on the floor. He then threw Ryder inside the ring Eve ran out and pleaded with Kane to stop. Kane picked up Ryder anyways, who was wearing a back brace, and smiled at Eve before performing the Tombstone Piledriver, which was cheered by a lot of the men in the crowd. Kane looked at Eve. Cena ran out and threw punches at Kane. Cena was booed, but the boos didn't last long as Kane chokeslammed him. Kane left the ring without going after Eve, who then tended to Ryder. Eve turned on the waterworks, real tears, as EMTSs and referees came out to check on Ryder and Cena. EMTs put Ryder on a stretcher. Campy. The double count out wasn't a big surprise. Didn't see Cena losing to this close to WrestleMania, and apparently they want to protect Kane while keeping the feud alive for the time being. The feud isn't doing much for me anyways, but Cena needs something to do leading into WrestleMania for his match against The Rock. And obviously they're still telling the Embrace the Hate story. Well, after that, they showed a Be a Star commercial. Announcer spoke at ringside and set up a video on The Rock. He revealed that his motivation for getting involved in Twitter and Facebook was to motivate. It also served as a teaser for his new movie. Wow, a total feel-good video on The Rock. I'm sure his PR people love it. But that didn't do much for me. Wanted to watch him wrestle in the main event of WrestleMania 28. Obviously, there's still plenty of time to get people excited about the match. But the nice guy approach for both guys felt more like filler than big match type or hype. Match number 4. Brodus Clay defeated Drew McIntyre in 1 minute 5 seconds. Cole said Drew was upset he wasn't in the Rumble match, so Teddy Long gave him a match instead. Brodus wore a green sweatsuit and hat this time around. After the dance routine, McIntyre yelled about Brodus being a disgrace who mocks his business. At one point, Booker said, "Testify, my brother." Well, didn't he steal somebody's lines? Well, that's an ode to the Yvonne Dudley moment. Weird. Brodus' new logo on his ass is the Jurassic Park logo with Funkasaurus instead. Okay, McIntyre got in some offense, but Brodus put him away quickly with the fuck finisher. Wait, Drew was upset he wasn't in the Rumble, so Teddy gave him a match. Shouldn't Drew's character be happy to have a job, given that Teddy has talked about firing for the last several weeks? I wonder if this means he won't get Brodus in the Rumble match. And add for the Raw hype, Triple H's return for the segment. The video recapped the CM Punk, John Laurinaitis, and Dolph Ziggler saga. John Laurinaitis then came out first with the sleeveless referee shirt. He said that in the interest of fairness, he's going to remain at ringside and let the regular referee call the match. Well, that's only because they wanted the referee to take some bumps. Dolph Ziggler and Vicky Guerrero made their entrance. A loud chant for CM Punk started. He made his entrance to a big ovation. Isn't Vicky supposed to be banned from ringside anyways? Maybe they will address it, and shortly, John Laurinaitis does eventually send her to the back. CM Punk defeated Dolph Ziggler to retain the WWE Championship in 14 minutes 30 seconds, with John Laurinaitis as special ringside enforcer instead. Just before the bell, Laurinaitis entered the ring and sent Vicky to the back. Nice touch. There was a cool powerbomb spot with Punk slammed Ziggler for a strong near fall at 6 minutes 50 seconds. Cole did a really nice job of putting over the move and acting like that was going to be the finish. Well, 8 minutes 15 seconds. Punk signaled for the GTS, but Ziggler avoided it. Hit a crossbody and Ziggler rolled through and held the tights. But Punk still managed to kick out at 9 minutes 40 seconds. Punk hit the top rope elbow for another near fall. Now, an audible Randy Savage chant started out very briefly. Punk went for the GTS again, but Ziggler pushed him into the referee for the ref bump. The ref went down, and Laurinaitis tended to him at ringside. Meanwhile, back inside the ring, Punk applied the Anaconda device at 10 minutes 50 seconds. Ziggler taps out, but there's no referee because Laurinaitis had his back to the ring. Punk protested to Laurinaitis, who really didn't look like a bad guy because he had his back to the ring, and the ref acted like he was comatose. Ziggler rolled up Punk, who rolled through and had the pin, but Laurinaitis still wasn't looking. Laurinaitis eventually rolled the original referee back inside the ring. Punk then picked up Dolph for the GTS, and Ziggler's leg swung into the back of Laurinaitis' head. Punk hit the move, but the ref was still down. Laurinaitis was pissed at ringside. Punk went for the move again, but this time Ziggler countered with the famouser and an awesome spot for a tremendous near fall. Ziggler fired punches at Punk's head and then charged at him, only to have Punk catch him and toss him head first into the turnbuckle pad. Punk then followed up with a GTS. The original referee and Laurinaitis both countered the pin. Cole put over Laurinaitis for being impartial, just as he said he would be. Afterwards, Laurinaitis stood on the stage and clapped for Punk while smiling from ear to ear. As much as I enjoyed the Punk-Laurinaitis exchange coming into the match, I felt like Big Johnny got in the way once the match started. The in-ring action was pretty good. I hope Creative takes necessary steps to make Dolph a top heel so that they don't have to rely on Laurinaitis, Vicky, or anyone else to help sell the match, because Punk and Ziggler can deliver the most entertaining matches on the shows. A video then aired for the WWE's new YouTube channel. What? New YouTube channel? Okay, whatever. It promised 9 original shows. So, is the network gone and still they're putting online on YouTube? Well, the Royal Rumble stats video aired. Match number 6 was Sheamus winning the 30-man Battle Royal main event. The match lasted 54 minutes and 55 seconds to earn a shot at the world title at WrestleMania 28. The Miz came out first. That's the first entrance. He had a blow up awesome. He had the blow up awesome letters on his shirt. He took the mic and said that the wrestlers have been snickering at him because he drew number 1. He said those are the same wrestlers who told him he'd never main event WrestleMania or be WWE champion. Miz said he has proved them all wrong, and this will be no different. He said he may be the first man in the ring, but he's going to be the last man standing. Wow, he's screwed. Second entrant in the Rumble was Alex Riley. Miz skinned the cat early, and then eliminated Riley with 1 minute and 15 seconds. A decent touch given their history. It's too bad Riley hasn't done anything of note since his initial feud with The Miz. Well, they keep him off the show. If they actually let him do what he gets paid to do and put him in the status, he could actually do something. So, that was it. Well, Miz stood in the ring and gloated until the clock counted down to 0. R-Truth was the third entrant. Wow. How would you guess this setup? They had a forgettable exchange until the clock counted down, and Cody Rhodes was the next coming out for his third. Cody immediately connected with a kick off the ropes on Truth. The fifth entrant was Justin Gabriel, who had been feuding with Cody Rhodes on SmackDown. Gabriel then took the every man for himself thing to heart as he hit a move on Truth. The sixth entrant was Primo, who got a Hurricane Rana on Gabriel. Miz eliminated Truth at 7 minutes 15 seconds. Truth pulled Miz underneath the bottom rope and left him lying on the floor. Number 7 entrant was Mick Foley, who received a big pop as he headed to the ring wearing Cactus Jack shirt and gear along with a flannel shirt. Foley quickly eliminated Primo with a big back body drop over the top rope. Foley worked over Cody in the corner and did the bang bang, which Booker popped really good for. Foley dropped Cody with a double arm DDT. He still got it, and he actually looked like he has lost a few pounds here and there. Well, Alberto Del Rio's music played. Everybody was thinking it was Alberto. Well, that's none other than Ricardo himself. He drove up in a piece of crap car into the arena and wore white trunks, boots, and knee pads. And the Del Rio scarf. Awesome number 8 entrant was Ricardo Rodriguez. A loud Ricardo chant broke out. And yes, he's playing face in the Royal Rumble. Foley pointed to Cody, and Ricardo worked him over. So Foley is playing coach in the match right now. Gabriel dropkicked Ricardo and received some boos. Ricardo recovered, and he and Foley teamed up to eliminate Gabriel together at 11 minutes 30 seconds. Ricardo and Foley high-five. Some comedy there. And continued. And Santino Morello was the number 9 entrant. Santino and Ricardo went at it and had a comical roll-up exchange. Santino gave Ricardo a wedgie and eliminated him at 12 minutes 55 seconds. But during that little segment, my feed was going in and out choppy. So I missed all that. Because I think like 4 guys got eliminated in that little thing. Because all that was left was Cody and somebody else. I don't remember myself. So I'm reading results. Okay, well, Foley and Santino was, I did see this part. Foley and Santino was squaring off, while Cody sold in the corner and Miz sold on the floor. Foley rolled Mr. Sacco out of his pants, and Santino pulled the Cobra out of his pants. They circled one another, but never went at it, as they were interrupted by the number 10 entrant, Epico, who took the Cobra and the Mandible Claw before him being eliminated. Foley and Santino squared off again. The Miz and Cody recovered and attacked them from behind. Cody eliminated Santino at 14 minutes 30 seconds. This is the part that I didn't get to see. Foley applied the Mandible Claw on Miz, which I didn't see. But Cody dumped Foley over the top rope at 14 minutes 45 seconds. The fans booed the elimination. Well, that's the story they told with Foley. That's the story they told with Foley? Weak. I wasn't expecting anything in particular, but I wanted something more than a tease for Sacco versus Cobra. Don't get me wrong, I was fine with the comedy face-off, but this is a Royal Rumble. And I was hoping for a little bit more of a serious Foley. And I even missed Hacksaw Jim Duggan's entrance into the Rumble. I saw him in the match, but I didn't even see him come in, as when the feed was coming back in, he was already in the match. Okay, number 11 entrance was Kofi, who joined Cody and Miz as the only entrance at the time. Number 12 entrant was Jerry the King Lawler, who entered from the announcer's table. He roughed up the Miz, only to have Cody eliminate him quickly at 17 minutes 30 seconds in the match. Ezekiel Jackson was number 13, who fought with Cody and the Miz, while Kofi continued to sell in the corner. Number 14 was Jinder Mahal. Number 15 was Great Khali. Cole broke up the storyline that Khali is the brother-in-law of Jinder Mahal. The live crowd did not give Khali a big ovation for his return. Khali dished out chops and eliminated Jinder at 21 minutes 40 seconds and followed up by dumping Ezekiel over the top rope at 21:55. Aside from a few guys, it felt like an undercard Royal Rumble so far. It hasn't been great, but perhaps the idea is to save the big entrance for the second half of the match, which could be fun. Number 16 was Hunico, who rode on the back of Camacho's bicycle to the ring. Number 17 entrant was Booker T, who had already removed his pants and was wearing his gear when he stood up. Nevertheless, Cole flipped out as if he was a shock that the guy who had apparently just undressed next to him was in the match. There was a cool spot with Miz trying to eliminate Kofi, who caught himself with his hands and walked on his hands over the ring steps, where he landed on his legs and entered the match. Since his feet never hit the floor, number 18 entrant was Dolph Ziggler, who was escorted to the ring by Vicky Guerrero. Number 19 entrant was Hacksaw Jim Duggan, who got the best reaction of anyone in the match so far. Cody clotheslined Duggan from behind to eliminate him at 28 minutes and 35 seconds. Oh, you're gone. Well, that's how fast it was. Cody followed up by eliminating Khali and Booker from the match while they were tangled up with the ropes. Number 20 entrant was Michael Cole, who said he had a hunch and then stood up and undressed to reveal his gear. Well, he got in the ring. Number 21 entrant was Karma. Yes, Michael Cole was doing nothing but standing around, and he was pointing at the WrestleMania sign. Well, as he did that, Karma made her entrance. Cole put himself over the top rope and argued with Karma, only to be pulled out. Karma pressed Hunico overhead to eliminate him. Dolph eliminated Karma. Number 22 entrant in the match was Sheamus. Get ready for some ass kicking. Sheamus eliminated Kofi. Wow, they really going for the corny comedy in this Rumble match. Cole got some boos, but he had to work for them, but by jumping up and down in the ring. Yeah, he did some jumping jacks. His reaction was a far cry in the mega heat he used to receive. .net forum users got the first word via the Rumble rumors thread that I ran. They ran yesterday afternoon. They noted that John Laurinaitis would not be in-ring referee, and Booker would enter the match. We're 3 for 3 so far. Well, they were already announced like Wednesday or Thursday that they would be in the Rumble anyway. So there goes your 3 for 3. Number 23 entrant was Road Dogg, who received a strong ovation from the live crowd. The crowd chanted, "You still got it," at Road Dogg. The number 24 entrant was Jey Uso. Jimmy Uso was dressed in street clothes as he escorted his brother to the ring. Why he wasn't in the Rumble? Well, this killed whatever buzz in the crowd that Road Dogg created. Good Lord, do any top guys want to headline WrestleMania? Number 25 entrant was Jack Swagger. Number 26 was Wade Barrett, who had an awful entrance music that didn't fit his character. Barrett quickly eliminated Road Dogg at 39 minutes 10 seconds. The mid-card Royal Rumble continued with entrant number 27, David Otunga. Cole quickly told the story of Otunga winning his legal case, as reported on TMZ. Number 28 entrant was Randy Orton, who came in, hit a double DDT off the middle rope on Cody and Dolph. Then eliminated the Uso. Orton dropped Barrett with an RKO and then eliminated him at 42 minutes, 45 seconds. Cole said it was just like last year when Barrett was eliminated by Orton. The lights went out and it was time for the next entrance. Number 29 entrance into the Royal Rumble, Chris Jericho, who eliminated Otunga at 43 minutes, 40 seconds. Number 30 entrant in the Rumble was Big Show, The crowd wasn't blown away by this development. Sheamus had Swagger teetering over the ropes, so Show reached up and pulled him to the floor to eliminate him. Show double clotheslines Miz and Cody to eliminate them at 45 minutes 35 seconds. Show also eliminated Ziggler moments later. Final four were Big Show, Jericho, Orton, and Sheamus. Orton hit the RKO on Show. Like I said, the feed was going in and out, so I didn't see much of the finals of this Rumble match. Orton dumped Show, and then Jericho eliminated Orton. Just as I had to leave to go to work when it got to the final two, because I did not want to be late for work. And I made it right on time. The final four, okay, and I already said the final four. Okay. Orton hit the RKO on Show. Orton dumped Show over the ropes. Then Jericho eliminated Orton. Last two were Sheamus and Chris Jericho. They both took a look at the WrestleMania sign, and then Sheamus said, "Come on, fella." Sheamus got the better of Jericho and set him up for the Celtic cross over the top, but Jericho stopped it and nearly eliminated Sheamus. 52 minutes, 50 seconds in, Sheamus nearly eliminated Jericho, who held on the top rope to save himself. They fought over the corner where Sheamus went for a superplex. Jericho blocked it. They traded punches, and both men fell onto the ring apron. Back inside the ring, Jericho hit the code breaker on Sheamus. Later, Sheamus missed a brogue kick. Jericho went for a code breaker, but Sheamus caught him and dumped him over the top and wins the Rumble. Jericho held on again. When Jericho pulled himself up, Sheamus blasted him with the brogue kick to eliminate him off the ring apron to win. Well, that's basically it for the Rumble. Disappointing Royal Rumble unless you like a lot of mid-carders and comedy. Even the Final Four was a letdown because Show and Orton were eliminated so quickly. The action between Jericho and Sheamus was very entertaining, but it wasn't enough to save this Rumble match for me. I admit that I have high expectations for the Rumble match, but wouldn't anybody? I mean, you're spending $40 for a $20 pay-per-view worth $20, not even worth $15. Heck, some of these indie shows are better than some of the pay-per-views that's been going on lately. So, well, I think it's enough to save this Rumble match for me. Nope. I admit, okay, I already did that. Overall, it was a disaster, but this was a forgettable Rumble match and pay-per-view in general. I agree with that report myself. And that will end my results for this pay-per-view. Stay tuned for your I got the TNA results for the next 2 weeks coming up next.